you still win because you have Cassante in the lane swap.
Yeah.
And they have Renekton.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not going. We'll just have to see how it does work out here, because of course Nongshim, they still have a fair bit of tools, and there is a lot of melee outside of the Jinx that you can utilize this Xayah to try and alleviate yourself. But I just don't know whether it was the greatest disaster.
Atlas, they technically survive, but you know, if you're surviving because you find some water in the desert, but you're still in the desert and you have no way out.
Yeah.
Did you really survive? Because I'm not feeling very alive here if you're Nongshim.
And Fisher also wasn't actually able to go back as well as legensd crashing down.
It's just a disaster.
Yeah, this was not the early game that you were hoping for, as legensd is going to spot Owner out, and he's going to wonder when things are supposed to get good.
He has his passive stacked.
Yeah.
Fisher still doesn't get go back.
He's still going to die, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be Smash finally finishing it off. There's first blood. Shout out to Reckless there with the Fnatic.
He did it at the end of last game.
Yeah, he did. I liked it.
Meanwhile, we have Ambessa versus the mid Xayah, which...
People. There are people that like
Gideon is getting cancelled on his steal the red buff. Smash is here.
Again, he didn't die.
Oh, Kingen doesn't even have TP. Lulu's gonna murder him.
Is he just gonna get like? Look at Pix, the Pix damage, even the Cull, the Meek. Kerry is not Meek. He's looking for it, finds the auto, and the flash was used as well. Find me some good noodle news, please, someone! As T1 are finding everything they want on this map. 1,000 gold, the lead at 4.5 minutes. The problem on top of that is that this is so much money into Smash. He's the one that got the first blood. He has a huge lead, and he's Jinx. It doesn't get better. Oh, I do want to go.
The noodles are burned, Atlas.
Yeah, I want to go back to talking about the ice cream thing. I had a whole philosophical conversation to have, as now Kingen slicing and dicing, trying to get underneath this turret. He will make it there. And legensd is going to be able to help him out as well. Oh man, raspberry? Have you done mango raspberry? Oh,
yeah, that's a classic combo. You know, you can go other tropical flavors. You cannot look at
crocodile
what's transpiring here. Oh,
doesn't get hit by the moment. Look at the adorable snowman, and he's fallen asleep. Hopefully he was asleep when he went down, as Kerry is able to tank up the turret. Another beautiful dive orchestrated here by T1.
legensd is level 3.
It really does not. It does not get much worse than this as far as Nongshim's experience in this early game.
Oh, he's level 4 now.
The
so that's
shutout. The shutout that T1 have put down in this one is kind of absurd.
There's no playing the game from this point on. Unless T1 makes some colossal mistakes, this game, unfortunately, is just... Your only win con is, I guess, the Akali, which isn't as far behind. As we take another look here, look at how much gameplay King gets to. He even dodges that, but then he gets polymorphed, which means he doesn't have any counterplay. Owner gets the Q, takes a turret shot, but who cares?
And I think the Chompers also made sure that like he just actually never had
He just doesn't get to play the game. He doesn't have flash, so it's not like he can... Even if he flashes, it doesn't matter, because Smash just waits out.
Oh,
there we go!
Kerry might die! What? No! No! That is illegal! Oh, thank God! Oh my goodness! And it's not that we wanted Kerry to die there in any way, but that would have been too much. Nongshim would not have been able to cope if that hadn't have been an actual pick.
All right, we get Kerry out, right? Fisher, he's going to kill Smash. He gets the E. He's going to go in.
Okay.
He doesn't have
backflip. That was a bit weird, but that's okay.
Oh, no.
5-point strike.
Oh, Lulu's there. It's,
he gets it. He gets it.
That's two.
Yeah, Kerry is only level 5, so it doesn't have the wild growth. Couldn't actually keep him alive. Is now Kingen able to stun up Fakey here. Fisher is very dead.
Just dodge. Dodge shield. No. Oh. It's so playable, Atlas.
Oh, we are so bad.
It's so bad.
It's not, actually. Don't get us wrong. This is still doomed and a half. As Doran able to pretty comfortably sit underneath this turret.
Atlas.
Yes.
We just need to get more delusional. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
We're locked in. We're doing it, Atlas.
It's a real video game.
legensd is on the flank. They are unaware. We've got spotted here. Oh god, not the same spot.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's a different board, but it's the same trauma!
I've seen this before, as Owner is going to slow him down, speed himself up.
They turn.
They're going to look for it, as now Owner is just going to kill legend. So legend is really dead, but is he actually going to be able to get out with his life? That's the question. No tag on a shuriken there, as Faker is on a ward. Fisher still wanting it, wanting to find an opportunity. Meanwhile, Doran is just, you know, unaware of the funny business that's going on the top side of the map. He's just doing his best to win the game. That is kind of working out here.
Unbothered was Doran, who's
Indeed.
like, I can just push, I can TP if we need to, but he clearly didn't. They got cleanse and heal, which is something. I think that's actually what allowed them to get away from Gideon, and who was looking for an engage. The fact that legend gets spotted, not exactly in the same spot, but in the same area, and it kind of forced the play again, is a bit unfortunate. And it also means Owner is getting further ahead. And we haven't really talked about Lilia this much. And as I've mentioned many times, I think Owner on AP junglers, even if he looks good individually, just doesn't always feel like he's able to play as proactively, which I think T1 really relies on. On this Lilia, I'm seeing none of those issues.
Lilia, I think, is a different breed as well. Like, I think
compared to like Brand or Zyra.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing it in play here, right? Because you do actually have the opportunity to set up plays for the rest of your team. And he is also the sole AP source, so itemizing against this guy is actually kind of a nightmare. There's the flash there, which I think is good. Giving Fisher a shutdown would be a really good way for Nongshim to try and... I don't even want to say get a grasp on the game, because I feel like we're a couple of plays off of that, but at least be allowed to play the game again, because now it's almost 3.5k, as we have a...
We're coming back!
Flank!
And if at first you don't succeed in finding a flank angle, just go for it again. Did he ult already?
He did ult. Yes, there's a turret.
Okay, well...
If a Renekton ults in where no one can see it,
did he ult at all? Well, as it turns out, he did. It filled up his rage bar, though, as we can see. They get vision on Carrier here, as now Legend's, he's driving. Let's see what can happen here as the Glacial Prison goes entirely wide. Owner is in trouble. Nice wild growth, but it's not going to be enough there as they manage to take down the turret, but not before Doran makes his way in. Faker's there as well. You got the all-out. Is the public execution going to be employed? The answer is yes, but it does not land. And Nongshim, it's a 1-for-1. They take a turret. You call it a trade-up, I guess.
You get the shutdown. That's worth. Unironically, that's not that bad a trade. The problem is that they're probably going to lose their own mid lane.
And they might lose Fisher as well, who's inside the Shroud, but that will wear off eventually. Doran's health bar isn't infinite, as Smash did not want to tank that turret shot as well. And they run out of minion wave. Nongshim able to breathe a sigh of relief.
So not going to get the turret. Most likely they are going to give up the dragon for this, but it's only a second dragon. As I want to take another look. So even with Kingen not able to find the ult going wide. Oh, Fisher, that flash was also... I guess it worked. So he like flashed to get to the wall and then eat over. I feel like there was a more elegant way to do that without having to invest in something.
Flashing over the wall and then using the E for damage could have been good.
Yes, would have been preferable. They got the damage nonetheless. But he could have just held onto his flash, or maybe they could have gotten another member. As Legend is again behind enemy lines. At this point, I think T1 not going to be remotely surprised.
He knows that he's been walking over wards and like getting into awkward situations all game, and so he trolls us when he does it again on a control ward.
Oh, so he's trying to clog up the comms.
So Legend's. Yeah,
it is very Legend's. Yeah. Not ideal for winning the game. Although Atlas. Yeah. It's 20 minutes in. It's only a 2.5k deficit. That's the sweet spot. Game number 1 was almost playable.
I mean, it's turned into a video game. It really has. I think you were right. You were absolutely right. Atakan up and available.
It was us and the viewers at home.
It might have been helped by the ice cream conversation. I actually think you did good work there. Because people probably wanted to hear more about ice cream, but now the game's got in the way. As Faker is also just going to dive on top of Jiwoo, who does have to use his Feather Storm. He dodges the damage of those feathers, and Faker's out of there. He's like a wraith. As now, Kingen looking for Smash, or is Smash looking for him? Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto Fisher. He doesn't get the Shuriken, and so Kingen will be going down. And Gideon now slowed down by this bowling ball that does way too much damage over time.
That's Atakan.
Yeah, no, I think that is an unanswerable.
No, there is an answer, actually.
What?
Pivot back to ice cream!
Oh, yeah!
Yeah,
Wow.
Otacon's, it's at this point, it feels kind of overdone, but that's Otacon gone. There isn't
trade
really
for a dragon.
Yeah, second Ocean Drake. There isn't really anything that can be done as Faker does take a little bit too much damage. It was him that set up the play, though. Gets the ult onto Gio, and then crucially also dodges the pullback of the feathers with the Ambessa ability. Using the passive very nicely. And
Faker actually having a really good Ambessa game.
I think the fights have been played well. I think in lane there were a couple of more awkward situations, but this is really good, right? Finds Gio, forces out the immune, and that's the dash I was talking about, because otherwise he dies. There was a three-stack.
His first dash dodged a glacial prison, and the second one dodged the feathers.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So really well done by the fight there. King, unfortunately, this time he gets his ult off amongst people, but there's too many, so he still doesn't get the value that he's been dreaming of. And now Otacon is here. T1 have carte blanche to do whatever they want for the next minute and 50 seconds. And as we said, all that Nongshim got was just an Ocean Drake.
Faker cannot die. And the rest of his team are coming over. Fisher, if you reveal yourself, you are condemning yourself to death, but he didn't.
Nice.
Really
I can't
nice
believe
stuff.
no one is checking that brush. Are they going to go, like, Gideon is still there as well. Are they going to go for the deep flame?
Oh, God.
Oh, they are!
Well, let's see what they can do here, as Jew is at least able to avoid the public execution.
Oh.
And Nongshim, they decide better of it. And I do not blame them, as legends, he could just be all out at here. It's a decent Magnet Storm to buy some time from
There they
Faker.
are!
Gideon, he books it and dives underneath. As T1 are now trying to back themselves away. I think it might still be a rough time for Nongshim, but Gideon makes it out. And there's another ticket home here for Doran as well.
Oh, if Fisher had hit that E, maybe that would have been an opportunity.
Double teleports. Faker goes into the mid lane, and Doran is going to come back up once again. The Sleepies come down as Owner is likely to die. Never mind. Actually, the turret just goes down, and Owner is still alive. 30 seconds until this Otacon buff goes down again, as Fisher at least gets himself 100 gold. But they'll lose an inhibitor for it. That's 2, so maybe he's almost got a kill's worth of money here, but if he dies, then that's actually a huge deal. Not going to, but the inhib will still fall, and T1 retain that stranglehold on this game.
Could have been worse, Atlas.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Bot lane inhib went down. Maybe we do. Yeah, we do a TP flank. Why not?
Oh, 4 seconds.
Because we can kill Doran. Smash can't die.
No,
But Doran
Smash can die now, because the buff just wore off.
Timed out.
Yep, Fisher is going to look for the angle here. Melee range with a manaless Jinx seems somewhat doable as he flashes in to execute Smash. Permafrost being used for what feels like the first time this game as well. Both keeping Doran alive for way too long. And Owner, he has so much AoE damage, it is disgusting. And now Faker is corralling them. Legends is at death's door as Jew is just trying his best to be alive in this situation. Another pack of feathers are just going to do nothing as it's a triple for Owner as he just tidies up Nongshim. Somehow it's Legends that's the last man standing. But I don't know whether that really matters at all. T1 moved to a 6,000, 7,000 gold lead, and the base is in tatters.
I was really excited to be excited, but unfortunately ended up not quite panning out. Gio gets his flash or his ult force very early on here, and then T1 feels safe to engage in Doran or in Lance because they have the buff. But it's Gideon with the long con actually waiting for like, what, a full minute there that ends up getting behind enemy lines, which forces a response. And that alone doesn't really kill anyone, but Doran doesn't have any backup as a result because they have to deal with the Sejuani that's in their midst. And then here, the fact that Smash actually stays alive for as long as he does, between the shield from Cassante and then this, I want you to look at this right here. The fact that Doran gets that dash up and then stays alive for as long as he does,
yeah,
that's what ends up winning the fight, because that's what set up a multi-man. Even Faker missing his ult doesn't end up mattering because they're able to get on top, and this is the dream scenario for Lilia, right? So many rotations you can get off. You're not under any threat at all, and yeah, they end up getting a kill there. Keria ends up going down, but it just doesn't really matter. Is Doran, is he in trouble, or is it?
I don't know. Who's in trouble? I think Nongshim are in trouble, as now Fisher is looking for an angle. He's spotted on a ward. Magnustorm's there.
As Super Mega Death Rocket also helping out with the AoE. Owner turns up though, and Fisher is out of there. Hasn't actually offered any damage to this fight, as now King is desperately trying to stay alive and keep Faker away, but Gideon's down, and Smash gets excited, understandably so. With a jungler looking as good as Owner is right now, it must be pretty nice being on T1. 8-1-0 on this Lilia. 3 items complete. Oh my goodness, he's just a monster.
Both games Atlas is in was also kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
And showing his performance on what it really is feeling like one of the stronger junglers at the moment, particularly with Fearless continuously. Oh!
He got an ice cream!
I love that!
Wait, is that a coffee ice cream?
I think it's
tiramisu ice cream?
Stracciatella, probably?
Oh, it looks pretty good. Can I have one? What? Oh, that is... You know what? I was tempted to storm off. But I'm not going to. I'm kind of interested in how T1 decide to end the game.
There's not a lot of games to be played. You can. It's 10k gold. It's
yeah,
fine.
I mean,
go.
No, you know, there's...
Go get that ice cream.
There's like a last fight.
If it was coffee, I know.
It was. That was the problem.
That's so mean.
I know.
As the deficit here, unfortunately, way too big. The interesting thing that we haven't really gotten to look at yet is seeing how the Jinx works in this composition. You have a front line that has so much damage available with the Ambessa and the Lilia set up from the Cassante, so Jinx doesn't really get threatened, and outside of an Akali flank, which I think Lulu answers pretty handily.
Oh,
why are you taunting Atlas?
Stop this! Stop putting him there!
So mean!
It looks delicious!
It is!
Oh, and I'm also trying to do keto at the moment. I can never eat that. I just can't eat that. I want the mini-map back! Give me the mini-map!
We don't need the mini-map back.
I need the mini-map! That's okay. First inhibitor, I think there was an inhibitor that went down. There was a beautiful Captain Jack there from Smash as he avoids the Glacial Prison. Some redemption to keep them all alive again, but it's Nongshim that need redemption in this game, and they are not going to get it. Fisher looking for a backline as Smash takes a bit of damage and then proceeds not to care at all about the situation. Wild Growth is going to be used, and he will actually be taken down. But we all know the real carry was in fact Owner. And Kingin now just using the fountain to keep his health bar a little bit higher, as they are losing health bars on T1's side. Maybe dealing with this Nexus turret could be a good idea, as the Flash Polymorph comes in to make sure that Jiwoo can't get any more work done, but he's still kind of doing it. And now Owner throwing these bowling balls around Kingin, keeping himself up here, as Doran will be able to take that one, and Carrier just wants to try and find the kill, but he doesn't get it in the end. And T1 will